day grows tired, begins to bow. Soft gold settles on the now. Dusty roads and quiet trees hold their breath with practiced ease. Shadows stretch across the land, like reaching out for absent hands. The sun descends in muted fire, a final glow, then drifting higher. Palm leaves whisper to the sky, stories only dust walks by. Temples catch the dying flame, where in time, remembering names. Every stone, every wall heard the rise and felt the fall. The light touches what remains, without asking, without blame. When the world begins to dim, truth returns in quiet skin. No need for words, no need for sound. The past walks gently on this ground. Golden silence of a Cambodian sunset, falling softly on the land. Not just beauty in the colors, but the way they understand. Golden silence of a Cambodian sunset, warm with grief, calm with grace. Every glow holds a memory, every shadow knows its place. Mothers pause beside the fire, stirring meals and old desires. Smoke rises like fragile prayer for those who should still be there. Names are spoken in the mind, some left early, some behind. In fading light, their faces show a love that learned to move in slow. Fathers sit with folded hands, watching night reclaim the land. Eyes reflect the ember sky, holding truths they won't deny. They've seen the cost of broken days, of loud hate and careless ways. So silence now becomes their shield, a way to guard what still can heal. Here sunset isn't just the end, it's where remembering begins, where pain returns without demand, and waits quietly to be held. Golden silence of a Cambodian sunset, crimson fading into blue. Not forgetting what was taken, just letting daylight pass it through. Golden silence of a Cambodian sunset, stillness deep and wide. Even the sky seems to listen as the sun slowly dies. Children chase the final light, laughing softly into night. Their joy slows as shadows grow, as if they feel what they don't know. They learn early how to tread where stories sleep and tears were shed. streets grow bare, a tender calm hangs in the air. A bell rings once, a motor sighs, as darkness claims the sky. Windows glow with borrowed flame, families gather, call each name. Night arrives without demand, just resting on the land. If beauty meant untouched and new, this light would never ring so true. But beauty here is worn and real, it knows how deeply hearts can feel. The sun sinks low in bleeding gold, as if it knows what can't be told. It leaves behind a softened hue, a promise pain once lived through. Golden silence of a Cambodian sunset, red turns gold, then turns to gray. Not erasing what has been, just laying it down for the day. Golden silence of a Cambodian sunset, quiet strength in every tone, even as the light fades slowly. Hope stays softly, hope stays home. Replace the flame, and night remembers every name. This land still breathes, still understands the cost of time, the strength. The sun goes down without a sound, gold fades gently to the ground. Long shadows stretch across the land, like memories reaching for our hands. Dusty roads begin to rest, carrying stories in their chest. Every stone has seen a name, every silence knows the pain. Trees bow to dying light as day releases into night. Temples glow then slowly dim, holding prayers we whispered in. The air feels thick with what was lost, dreams measured by a heavy cost. This land has learned to breathe in slow, letting only quiet show. When daylight leaves this wounded sky, old truths return. They never die, the sun departs, but does not flee, it lingers in memory. When the sun sets over Cambodia, the sky turns red with what we feel. Not just beauty in the light, but every wound that didn't heal. When the sun sets over Cambodia, the day bows low and still, as if the light itself remembers everything this land has held. Mothers pause beside the flame, calling softly broken names. Some come running, some remain, only echoes answer back again. They stir the pot, they wipe their hands, love surviving where it stands. Their eyes reflect the fading sun, holding watching colors slowly die. Hands once strong now gently rest on memories pressed deep in the chest. They don't speak of what they saw or the nights that broke the law of peace. They watch the day give up its breath between survival and death. Here sunset isn't just goodbye, it's when the past walks quietly by, when noise fades out and truth comes near in the soft arrival of fear. When the sun sets over Cambodia, crimson skies restrain cries, every color tells a history, every shadow never lies. When the sun sets over Cambodia, the land stands calm and brave, not because it never broke, but because it learned to stay. Children chase the final light, laughing softly into night. Their joy pauses then resumes, like it knows these sacred rooms. They feel the weight they cannot name, something older than their games. They grow up fast in gentle ways, learning kindness from the days. Markets close, the streets grow still, evening bends the iron will. A bell rings once, a motor sighs as darkness slowly fills the sky. Windows glow with fragile flame, families gather close again. Night arrives without demand, just settling on the land. If beauty meant untouched by pain, this sunset wouldn't feel the same. But beauty here is red and torn, like hearts that break yet still are worn. The sun bleeds out before it goes, as if it knows, as if it knows. This land remembers every loss and counts survival as its cost. When the sun sets over Cambodia, red turns gold then turns to blue, not erasing what has been, just letting night pass through. When the sun sets over Cambodia, hope does not depart, it stays quiet in the darkness, like a guarded heart. And all the noise has drifted away, this land still breathes, still understands the weight of time, the strength of hands. When the sun sets over Cambodia, it's not the end, it's not goodbye, just another night learning how to survive.
sun leans low on broken roads, painting gold on quiet soul. Shadows stretch where stories lie beneath a fading crowd. crimson sky. Evening hums in softened tones, like it knows it's not alone. This land exhales another day, still standing, come what may. Palm trees sway like tired hands, waving to the sinking land. Temples glow then dim with time, sacred lines in last lights rhyme. Birds return with weary wings to nests that know forgotten things. The air is warm, the silence deep, where memories refuse to sleep. When daylight slowly disappears, it carries more than passing years. It takes the laughter, takes the pain, and leaves what night will hold again. Beautiful Cambodia at sunset, wearing sorrow like a crown. Not because the land is broken, but because it won't lie down. Beautiful Cambodia at sunset, soft red skies, quiet ground. Every color tells a story without making a sound. Mothers pause their evening chores, listening to what's no more. Smoke drifts thin from cooking fires, rising like unspoken prayers. They stir the pot, they call the name. Some voices answer, some remain in fading light. Their faces show love that learned to carry slow. Fathers sit in silent rows, watching night approach in folds. Their hands are still, their backs are bent from years of holding what was meant. They don't explain the things they saw, the cost of living through that war. They just look on as daylight dies with heavy hearts and steady eyes. Here sunset isn't just the end, it's where remembering begins, where pain returns without a fight, when the world grows dim with light. Beautiful Cambodia at sunset, crimson skies, wounded grace. Every glow hides 1,000 tears, every shadow keeps its place. Beautiful Cambodia at sunset, the day bows low and slow, as if even the sun knows what this land has had to hold. Children play, then quiet down. Night teaches respect in sound. They chase the last of daylight's glow before the dark says time to go. They laugh, then pause like something calls from old walls and memory halls. They feel it too, though they don't know why sadness moves so soft and slow. Markets fade, the streets grow still, dust settles on stubborn will. A bell rings once, a motor sighs as darkness slowly claims the sky. Windows light with tender flame, families hold each other's names. The night arrives without demand, just resting on the waiting land. If beauty meant untouched and new, this sunset would not feel so true. But beauty here is mixed with ache, like promises the heart still makes. The sun has seen too much to shine without remembering every time, so it bleeds red before it goes, like it understands this whole. Beautiful Cambodia at sunset, red and gold, then turning blue. Not forgetting what was lost, but letting night fall through. Beautiful Cambodia at sunset, quiet strength in every hue. Even as the daylight fades, hope stays gentle, hope stays true. When darkness finally fills the sky and stars replace the dying light. This land still breathes, still holds its ground in silence deeper than sound. Beautiful